Hi girls, welcome to the MERRACHI podcast. My name is Nella MERRACHI and I'm the founder of modest fashion brand MERRACHI. Today we are in the MERRACHI Living Room and I want to talk about a topic that is very special to me, which is belonging. You know that feeling when you walk into a room and you just feel safe? It's not always about just fitting in. It's knowing like who you truly are. I want to invite a friend over to talk about this topic with some tea, so let's see if she is available. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. Do you want some tea? Let's start with that. It's nice. It's sweet.
Oh my god, it's so sweet.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't expect it to be this sweet. I love sweet tea.
Yeah. Like Moroccan tea is always sweet.
Amazing. Wait, I love this.
Yeah. This one is not even sweet enough.
Really?
Yeah, they drink it.
It's supposed to be sweeter than this?
Yes.
I'm gonna get diabetes. That's insane.
No, but when you like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I didn't expect it to be this sweet, to be
You know, in
honest.
Morocco, they drink tea everywhere. Like
God, I
on
love
every corner,
I love
every
tea
moment.
culture. I just don't love tea.
Yeah. But thank you for coming indeed.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
it's an honor to be here.
When I thought about belonging, I immediately thought about you. I already said that before the podcast because I don't know, like your story times on TikTok, like you have a lot to say about.
I have a lot to say about everything.
No, that's not what I wanted to say. I said you have a lot to say about like where you come from, like where your husband is from, and like your identity, and also like being a Muslim. Because how you started on Instagram was just posting videos about like your marriage, right?
Yeah, I started off by posting story times on TikTok on how I got married when I was 18, how I met my husband in the mosque, and then it just blew up.
You met him in the mosque?
Yeah, I did.
In Indonesia or in Holland?
No, in the Netherlands, in The Hague. So I grew up in Eindhoven actually, but every single Saturday we went to The Hague, to this specific Indonesian mosque, because all of the Indonesians are in The Hague. And I went there, I think, ever since I was 5 years old. And then when I was 16 years old, I met him.
Oh, wow, subhanAllah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, alhamdulillah. Because what I find interesting is also the way you talk about your religion.
Yeah.
Like the way you feel like, I find it nice, like you belong to like different things, like to, and also how you present it is nice. Like you have such a journey. Right?
Thank you so much.
And also your journey with modesty is so interesting. Like I find it nice that you show that it doesn't have to be like or this. Like you can have the in-between and your journey and like everything on your own way.
Especially, thanks to MERRACHI in a lot of ways, because the first time that I actually really truly tried on an actual hijab the correct way was at your event. And then I started bawling, and it was like a snowball effect from there. I started to try the hijab out more and more. So yeah, it has been a real journey, and I think it's also part of being a human to not see life in black and white. I know that in Islam, the way people present Islam can sometimes be very black and white. It's like if you don't do it perfect, don't do it right away. But in my opinion, there's a lot of gray area.
Yeah, because you just told me that you don't want to post about it online anymore because you feel like
less. I posted less.
Less, yeah.
Yeah, because I do get comments from people who's like, "What are you even doing? Like, you either do it correctly or you just don't do it at all." But I tried on the hijab on my TikTok as I'm trying to experiment.
Yeah,
my intention is to get used to the fact of me dressing more modestly, because I think before that, I've never in my life thought about wearing the hijab or dressing more modestly. It's always been just how I dress.
Yeah.
Like, hair out, kind of, like skin
cutesy.
out, everything, but still Muslim. Yeah. But I don't know, modesty was never a really big part of my identity as a Muslim, which is weird because it's supposed to be. But I don't know, I never really saw it that way up until I think MERRACHI actually. I think MERRACHI was the first time that I saw a clothing brand that showcased modesty in a fashionable way. It wasn't just, covering up of the skin.
Yeah.
It also was just self-expression. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So that's a very big part of my journey. So Malachi, it's really, that's why it's such an honor to be here, and for me to be invited by you. It's an honor.
But do you also think like, because we get a lot of comments like, why do you showcase girls like in so many different ways, like with hijab, without hijab? But I do think we speak to a larger audience.
Yeah, there are so many types of Muslims. Like not everyone follows, is on the same journey as every other Muslim. My intention is to wear the hijab one day, inshallah. I know that really is my intention. But I'm trying to get there. It might be slower than some. Yeah. But the intention is there, and I feel like that's a huge part in Islam. Intention. Yeah, like, true. Allah doesn't ask us to come to be perfect, you know? Allah asks us to come as we are and to show up and try again and try again. And I think that's what really keeps me going.
Because all these comments online that you get, because I went through the comments in your video, do you feel like they give you this feeling that you don't belong to their community, their this, or you don't?
Not really.
No?
Not really. I mean, the comments do get to me. Sometimes I'm like, ugh, you know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe I should stop trying, because if it's not done correctly, then don't do it at all. Sometimes it gets to me, but I know in my heart, I do belong. I am your sister. Yeah. I'm literally your sister. We are part of a huge, beautiful community. Yeah. But there are a few people that would post comments like that because they might project their own insecurities. They might project, their own judgments onto other people. That's on them. But I know in my heart, at the end of the day, you guys are my brothers and sisters, and I do belong here, and you do belong here, even with all of your flaws and all of your judgments.
Of course.
You are still human. I am human. We all belong.
Yeah, of course. Because you're from Indonesia, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I've been there like a few weeks ago.
I saw. What did you think? What was it like?
I love it so much.
You went to Lombok, right?
I went first to Bali. And after Bali, I went to Lombok. Such big contrast, to be honest.
Right. I always tell people Lombok is like the Muslim the Muslim Bali.
Yeah, the Muslim Bali. It was quite small. I expected it to be a bit big. Like Bali, you have a lot of restaurants. Yeah. But I did like Lombok maybe more because it's more. What you say, it's like more
peaceful.
My people, I think. I felt really like a community there.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Oh my God, I love to hear that.
Yeah, it was really nice. But how do you feel to come to Indonesia? Do you go there often?
Yeah, I try to go there once a year when I have the money and the resources. And every time I go there, it's like, I'm home. Yeah. These are my people. But it's weird sometimes because when I'm there for too long, sometimes I feel like I feel too Dutch. Yeah? You know what I mean?
Why?
It's like, these are my people. I am Indonesian and I belong here. But I grew up in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah.
So I'm actually like in my ways of being, and maybe my
you're Dutch.
Sure. Yeah, my values are very Indonesian, but also very Dutch actually. So sometimes it's weird.
I know
it's really
how
weird.
it is.
Sometimes I'm like, I love being back home. These are my people, and my ancestors are from here. But on the other hand, I'm like, wait, damn. I'm actually kind of Dutch. What?
I have the same when I go to Morocco.
Right?
Like, I love Morocco. Like, to be there,
I would love to go one day. I've never been.
Would you live in Indonesia?
Not too long. I think maybe max 6 months. But at the end of the day, I'm actually kind of Dutch.
Yeah?
I'm actually really
What's Dutch about you?
The punctuation, being on time. Yeah. You cannot be too late. With me. No. And in Indonesia, everyone's late. There's this thing called jam karet that means you set a date, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. means 6. No, you can't do that with me. I'm sorry. Don't what?
You know what they do in Morocco? They tell you when you make an appointment, they say to you like, okay, let's meet after Asr. And then like, what's after?
Asr means Maghrib, means Isha,
what's
means
after Asr?
Fajr, what? Oh, that's crazy.
Like everything besides like, when are we meeting?
No, I'm sorry. I can't handle that.
Me too. I'm also always on time. But I'm like, in a way that I'm like, I structure my day also. Like, I cannot be late.
That's very Dutch.
That's very Dutch.
That's very Dutch of you.
For example, if you go, because I've been in Indonesia, if you order something, it takes so long before you receive it. They really take their time.
There's no urgency whatsoever. No. There's no urgency. They're like, santay aja. Like, no, it's okay. Yeah. But are Moroccans like that too?
Yes. Yes.
We're the same.
We're the same. Because if you talk about home, where do you feel at home the most?
God.
Yeah, because I thought about it because I moved to Dubai now.
Yeah. Do you feel at home in Dubai?
I do at this point, yes.
Alhamdulillah.
But I also know I would not live there forever.
No?
No,
How long have you lived there?
I lived there now for 3 years.
Okay, that's actually quite a long time.
It's quite a long time. I think I will live there still for 3 years, maybe 6 years in total. But then it's like the thing, like, okay, I don't want to live in Holland because in Holland, when we talk about belonging, I don't think I belong here.
I get that.
I love like some things from Holland. The things what I love is like, I love being on time. I love the work culture here. Like people are really on their business.
Yeah.
And also because it's always cold, people go to the office. Like there is such because I love working, Holland is a nice place. But on the other hand, like with Islamic values, I also don't want my kids to grow up here.
I understand
like
that. I get that.
it's not the way.
That.
And also I have the feeling that in the like with wearing a hijab, I have the feeling that I face so many bad comments and races that I'm like, why would I even live in a country that doesn't
value you, respect
me?
you?
Yeah.
No,
But then again, I would love to live in Morocco.
Yeah?
Yeah. But Morocco is not... What I just say, you can't live in Morocco if you're still working and everything because it's just for like retirement.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so where will you live then
I
after
don't know
3
where
years
I
in
feel
Dubai?
home.
You don't know where to
know.
call home? Wait, that's so deep actually.
Yeah.
Like what is home?
What is home? What's home for you?
Home to me is family.
Yeah.
Like the minute that I am with family and my community, I'm like, oh, okay, these are my people. I'm home. It doesn't matter where I am. I could be in, I don't know, Sri Lanka or whatever, and my entire family is there. Okay, I will live here for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's a nice answer actually.
Yeah, I think home is people to me, a community. And even though I don't like to admit it, I love Indonesia with my entire heart. I don't think I could ever live there longer than 6 months, maybe max a year. I think at the end of the day, I will die in the Netherlands.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm also very used to everything. And like I said, I grew up in the mosque in The Hague. I didn't even grow up in The Hague, right? I grew up in Eindhoven, but my community is in The Hague. I will live here forever. Forever and ever. Because I know these are my people.
That's nice that you know like who your people are.
Yeah.
Who do you consider as your people, like your community?
Yeah, so the people that I grew up with. So I do not have any family in the Netherlands at all.
No?
Just so my direct family, my parents and my 2 sisters. That's it. No uncles, no aunties, no nephews.
Everyone lives in
Everyone
Indonesia.
is in Indonesia. So it gets really lonely, especially when you're in Eindhoven.
Yeah.
So we really, really try to look up the Indonesian community.
Yeah.
Just for that sense of belonging, to know that there are people like us, that look like us, and that think like us.
It's nice that you found a place like that.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that there was such a big community in The Hague.
The biggest Indonesian population in the Netherlands is in The Hague. We're all there. All of us are there.
And do you consider them all as family?
Yes, because I literally call all of them uncle and auntie. I do not know these people. I
We
don't
also-
know these people. But still, like, oh, you are an
Yeah.
Indonesian Muslim. I
do
grew up with
think
you.
That's beautiful about like, I think like we can share a lot of things because in Morocco we also say like, we say khalti and ammi, which also means like uncle
and auntie.
It's beautiful that you call everyone like that. So actually everyone is your family.
Exactly. We are literally all equal, all the same. We are family. We are one people. You know?
Yeah.
So alhamdulillah, even though I love Indonesia, I think I can't leave the Netherlands longer than a year.
Oh, that's good to know that you have a place where you like actually quite really feel at home.
But if my entire
Yeah.
community
Would
decides to move to what, Groningen?
Yeah, you
I'm
go.
moving to Groningen. I'm going. Goodbye.
Because how was it for you to move from Eindhoven to Den Haag then?
Oh,
I think nice, right? Yeah.
I loved it. Eindhoven was too small for me, and it's very multicultural, but not multicultural enough for me. There are Indonesians, not enough.
Yeah.
And I'm just a city girl. I like the city. So, what about you? I want to know what it's like to live in Dubai.
Yeah,
Do you have family in Dubai?
Yeah, no. So actually when you said home is family,
Yeah.
I really agreed with you, because that's the thing why I would not live forever in Dubai, because I really do miss my family.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
It's only me and my husband there.
Yeah.
And it's a very, like, we're just, of course, I created my own family, but it's not the same to have like everyone around. And when I'm in Holland, that's the only thing what I miss here.
Is your entire family in the Netherlands?
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah,
but
but
I mean,
I also,
not right now though. You live in Dubai, so I don't love that for you.
no, but I also have family in Morocco, so that's why like Morocco would be an option, because also like flying is 3 hours. So
Yeah.
I would consider moving to Morocco. Yeah, but I just feel like, I don't know, that feeling is so weird, like that, you know, like these are my people, so
Yeah.
I can really like align with you on
Do
that.
you have people in Dubai that you really, really align with? Like I feel like in Dubai it might be like you don't have family, but you choose people to be your family, like chosen family. Do you have that?
No, I don't. But I'm
Yeah.
also very busy, that's why.
Yeah, okay.
And I
Okay,
do
yeah.
think in these days it's quite
It's
difficult.
really hard.
It's hard.
really hard. Also to find people with like the right intentions.
That's the thing.
That's really scary.
That's really scary. And
Yeah.
also like the right intentions, that's the right word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to navigate that myself. Like to be very honest, like I would love to find people with the right intentions, but I feel like sometimes I'm too naive to.
Me too. Do you find it important to be likable by everyone?
I find it important to not offend anyone.
Mm-hmm.
That I know not a lot of people maybe vibe with me, or
Yeah.
I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I'm really okay with that, because I don't like everyone as well.
Mm-hmm.
I really let go of that idea of, oh my god, everyone has to like me. Like I don't care about that anymore. But I do care about if I'm the reason that I hurt someone.
Yeah.
I do not want to be the reason that someone feels sad or angry or maybe insecure. The minute that I feel like that's on me, I did
Yeah.
that, I'm like, oh my god, I am the worst person on the planet. I have to die. What? So that I'm scared of offending people and hurting people.
Yeah.
And in the end, I end up still hurting people because I'm human.
Yeah, true. You're a human. But how do you feel like when people are doing that to you? How do you deal with that?
You know how I I tend to reflect and think, okay, what did I do
Mm-hmm.
to cause that reaction? So my first instinct is to go,
To see that you're you're always looking at
Yeah.
that you're the problem.
yeah, maybe I'm the problem.
Yeah.
And that's part of taking accountability,
Yeah.
you know, because I just like to look at people and think they're not a bad person. They're just having a bad day, or they're
Yeah.
making bad decisions right now, but it's probably, you know, maybe it's because of me. Maybe I was just a bit annoying.
Aw.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to let go of that, you know, because not everything is about me, of course. But my first instinct is to try to take accountability for their actions, which is really weird.
Yeah.
But then after a while, I come to my senses and I think, wait, that's what you did is not okay. I don't deserve this. And then I
Yeah.
set boundaries.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Eventually, I do know how to do that, but it takes a while to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Do you feel this? Do you have the same?
I have the same, but I know how to set boundaries though.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
good.
really clear with that. Like I don't let people offend me or like, but I think it also goes back to like high school and everything.
Yeah?
Like, yeah. How was your school period? Like your school
In high school?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved my high school. Yeah, it was in Eindhoven.
Mm-hmm.
It was so much fun. It wasn't that I was popular, but I didn't
Yeah.
get bullied as well. At least I don't think I got bullied. I think I would know.
Yeah, of course.
No, you know what? Sometimes I'm like, wait, I had such a good time, but sometimes I think of comments that people made during
Yeah.
high school. And then I'm like, wait, I think they were trying to bully me. But I was so stupid, and I thought so highly of myself that it just flew right past me. You know what I mean?
But did you already know like back then? Because now you're quite like, I know where I belong, but did you already know then?
Yeah.
By then?
Yeah. I've always known. Alhamdulillah.
Okay.
I've always felt like, number one, I'm Muslim.
Yeah.
I'm a woman, Indonesian. Period, point blank.
Oh,
And
wow.
my
Okay,
entire
that's-
identity is based off of that, and that's how I move in life. And I think my mother has instilled that very, very clearly to me when I was a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she felt very alone in the Netherlands, and she didn't want her daughters to feel the same way.
Yeah.
So she really like forced that upon me. Like, you have to be a proud Indonesian. You have to be stay true to your core values in Islam.
Because your modesty journey, how is that going? How is it going?
It's going pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
I haven't worn the hijab in a very long time, which is, kind of sad. But it's going well in the way of like everything next to
you
hijab.
Think about it?
I do.
Yeah?
I do. Especially when I go to events, usually I don't really care what I wear. If I show a lot of skin, I just go. I don't really think twice about it. But now I'm like, okay, maybe it's too much shoulder. Let me put a coat over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's really very subtle changes, but to me they're huge.
Yeah, indeed. But
They're
also
huge.
like when we have a MERRACHI event, the last events you always have been there, but I also do feel like you really feel you belong to that community.
I do. Oh my God,
Modest girls.
100% I do. And the thing is, it's because they are always very welcoming to me.
Yeah.
And they see me for who I am. And I feel like a lot of Muslim girls see themselves in me.
Yeah.
And they see the struggle and they're like, oh, I've been there. So let's just, handle her with care and love. And that's what I feel very, very deeply when I go to the MERRACHI events. They're my sisters.
Yeah, they're your
They're literally
sisters.
my
It's also
sisters.
like every event I also have that feeling like this feels such like a sister.
Yeah.
Nobody want to leave always.
No,
We're always there.
Literally,
yapping.
it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And especially when I go to other events where there hardly are any Muslim girlies or no hijabis, I'm like,
but you blend in there also really well.
yeah. I mean, they're also like my people, but not in the same way as when I'm like with my hijabi sisters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very different.
How do you feel different, you mean? Like,
I mean, the core values.
You feel warmth, right? You feel love.
The thing is, I just know we are one ummah.
Yeah.
And when I'm not in like events from MERRACHI, for example, it's like, these are just humans of the earth. Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
You think about it like in your head, like, okay, you're humans of the earth and you're my ummah.
No, obviously I see all of them as my equals, but it's a different kind of bond. It's a different kind of love. And especially, for example, during Ramadan, when I look at another Muslim and I'm also fasting, I'm like, we're in this together.
Yeah.
We are in this together. We are walking the same path. We feel the same things. And that's when I really, really feel like I belong and I'm with family, even though I literally do not know you at all.
Yeah.
And that's not the same with other events where there aren't any.
True. And also like, but yeah, that's true. It's not the same. I agree with you. Yeah. For sure.
There's levels to it. Like, of course, you guys are amazing. I love you guys. But here,
I feel at home.
I don't have to be anyone that I don't want to be. I do not. It's not about I'm not wearing hijab. It's not about I'm not Moroccan. I'm not Indonesian or whatever. It's just I have to come as I am. And that's okay.
That's the thing what I love the most. Like, just be you.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to, when I go to other events and everything, I had the feeling always that I need to change like my identity a bit.
You do, but you do.
You need to like put on another mask.
Yeah. That's literally what it is. Like, you have to blend in.
You have to blend in. And also, like, for me, it's visibly that I'm like a Muslim girl.
Yeah.
So you also always have to defend yourself.
Really? Is that how you feel? What was it like for you when you started wearing the hijab?
In the beginning, it was a lot of, but maybe you're also sometimes making it up in your head. You know?
Is it?
I don't know. I was like, I don't know if it's like I was making it up in my head or it was really the case that when you walk into a room and you feel like the eyes on you and like you have to defend that you're wearing hijab. Why are you wearing it? And like, it's not for your husband. It's not like it's because you want it. And like that was quite difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand that. I don't think that's in your head though.
No.
I think that really just comes with wearing the hijab in a Western society.
Yeah.
You know, you are the odd one out. You do stand out.
Yeah.
But that is a good thing. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, true. But I do feel like, for example, living in Holland was like your religion is still stronger than when you're in a Muslim country, though.
Oh my God, I fully agree.
Yeah, I don't think people like realize it, but it's because here you're craving for it. Yeah. And then when, for example, now I live in Dubai, it's like, it's everywhere.
It's so normal.
It's normal, yeah. It's not like here you're trying to create a community and like you crave for that piece of your identity and there it's like normal.
You actively have to search for like-minded people, other Muslims in your community. Whereas in Indonesia or in Morocco or in Dubai, it's like everyone is Muslim.
True.
You know,
but that's why like this whole podcast is about Together We Belong, because I really do think like as a community we really should like think of one another.
Yeah.
Like we are not here forever. Like think about your neighbors, your like people at your home country. Like you're so privileged in so many ways. Like other people are not. Like help each other, right?
And at the end of the day, we're all brothers and sisters.
Yes, we're all brothers. I think sometimes people forget that we're all brothers and sisters. We are just on this earth, like we're just living and like
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. It's you against me. Done.
Yeah.
Done. I know. And I feel the exact same way. But at least we're aware. You're aware.
I'm very aware. Are you?
I'm too aware.
Yeah, I'm too aware.
I'm too aware to the point where I literally like maybe self-conscious. Maybe self-aware isn't the right word. I think it's self-conscious.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least we balance it out with like doing good, giving charity. And I feel like I want to like speak it into existence as a dua, inshallah. I really want to start something in Indonesia, like I don't know, maybe build a mosque or an orphanage or like whatever, a foundation like this.
That's so beautiful, because these are the things I think that give you satisfaction, like doing something that will stay also there and also will be there even when you're not here anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the day, I make content, I have followers, and then like I'm not gonna bring that to the grave. Everyone is going to forget me at one point. You know, at least do something valuable with the platform that you are given. You know.
I also but that's beautiful. I also really want to do that, like something bigger than just this. Like I was also thinking about like doing something for, because there are a lot of girls also in other countries that are like don't have education but also like are like don't have parents, and like do something with like something for the girls also like in the community but are not in Holland and don't have the privileges. But no, I really admire that about you. I can really see that your heart is in the right place and that you have the right intentions. No, I don't know about it. Like you're doing a really great job, and I feel like you like there are a lot of comments and noise. You really filter out the noise. Yeah,
you know what I mean? And you're just so very positive to me.
Thank you.
Like
that's nice
very
to
positive.
hear.
Yeah.
But you know what I also love about your home country, Indonesia, is that there, for example, in Morocco, most of the population is Muslim. Yeah. But you also have a big population that's Hindu, right? Or what are they in Bali? Buddhist. Hindu or Buddhist? Hindu, right? Yeah, but they all live together in like
harmony.
They also say when you're in the taxi, they are saying, some people are Christian, some people are Hindu, some people are Muslim, but we all live together. Like it's okay.
It's
like,
literally just one big happy family.
Yeah,
literally.
Indeed.
And then there's this in Jakarta, you have like a very, very big mosque, and then there's a church, like a Catholic church. Next to it, and then there's a tunnel from the mosque to the tunnel that goes to the church, so it's literally connected to each other. I don't know any other place in the world, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe there is, that has a mosque and a church connected to each other through a tunnel underground. Where else do you have that? I don't know.
True.
I don't know.
No, I really recognize that they live in harmony together, which is beautiful.
The Indonesians are the sweetest, but yeah, they are the sweetest, but I feel like they are also very much people pleasers, like me.
Yeah?
I think it's very Indonesian to be a people pleaser.
Okay.
It's like, I'm so happy that we like, thank you. And
and also in the taxis, for example, they what we are in Holland not used to. They ask you, for example, where are you going? Here it's rude to ask somebody just like where are you going, but there it's out of care. They ask you where you're going to see if they can help you to be like to go somewhere or like or what are you doing today? Like they just want to know if you need any help.
Yeah, they're the best. That's why every time I'm there, I'm like, oh my God, these are my people. And then they do something annoying. I'm like, oh my God, get me back to the Netherlands.
It's never a complaint, you know?
No. But I would love to go to Morocco one day, though.
You will love it in Morocco.
I want to go to Marrakesh one day.
Yeah, you will love that. But it's not so very far away, yeah? It's just a 3-hour flight.
Yeah, but I don't know. Every time I'm on a plane, I'm like, get me to Indonesia. What am I doing?
Okay,
I
yeah.
want to go to my home country.
Yeah, okay, I can understand that also. Like,
How long is the ideal time for me to be in Morocco for vacation on holiday?
I would go 10 days.
10?
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
That's not a lot, but like if you go to Marrakesh only, I would say 10 days.
Okay,
But if you want to explore Morocco, which is very nice because Morocco has a lot of like landscapes.
Yeah.
It's very diverse.
Yeah.
Like you have the seaside, but
love.
you love.
Would love. You have mountains and palm trees.
Yeah, true.
That's insane.
Yeah, but we even have like a place to ski. Like we have snow. Like Morocco, like you have a lot of things.
So
you have
diverse.
Sahara, like the desert.
That's so diverse.
Yeah.
I need to go.
Yeah, you will love it. I'm sure you will love it. Okay, I have some questions for you.
Oh, okay.
But outside, like besides this topic, I have a box. Okay, one second.
I'm scared.
You don't have to be scared. Like
Okay.
these are questions that are sent by the community.
For me?
Yes, for you.
Okay.
So we asked them if they had some questions for you, but these are like quite deep questions, though. It's not like
I like deep questions.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to get something and to see.
Wait, I am scared actually.
Yeah. No, don't be scared. It will be okay. It will be okay. This one is a nice one for girls. How can I gain more confidence as a very shy and unsure person?
You're asking me?
Yeah. You feel quite confident.
Really?
In my opinion.
People tell me that.
Yeah.
People tend to tell me that.
Like if you walk into a room, I see like confidence.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah.
much. I try very hard.
Yeah? Because you were not always like that?
No, oh my God, I was so insecure. I was never shy. That's the
Okay.
thing. I think that's the difference. I was never shy, but I have always been, to the core, very insecure. But I think at one point when you grow up, you kind of, what I did, I faked it. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
You just
You fake
pretend
it.
to be so confident
Yeah.
until,
But I also really do believe in the fact that like a lot of people say fake it till you make it. It's really the thing. Like you know what? How I look at it in this situation, because I come in a lot of places that I don't. It's not that I feel insecure, but I'm nervous a lot of times to be in big groups because I'm more introverted.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So when I go, for example, to an event, I think about like I'm a human, he's a human, she's a human. We're all just humans. Like we're all humans. Like at the end of the day,
You're right.
he's going to die, she's going to die,
Good.
I'm going to die. You know? Like we're all the same. Like you're not better than me, I'm not better than you. So
No, exactly.
I also like when I look at someone, I also have this white background. Like okay, I'm just talking to a friend. I always do think about that in my head.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
it's just a friend.
That's actually a really good one. How I come across as very confident is I pretend that everybody in the room already loves me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because how do you treat the people that love you? You treat them so kind, and you're just very open, and
Indeed.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So when you walk into the room and you already think, oh my God, these people they don't know me, and they're gonna have this opinion of me, and blah blah blah. You already walk in with like a lot of anxiety.
True.
And like with a wall around you, trying to protect yourself. But when you walk into the room thinking, you know,
like, let everything go.
I'm allowed to be here. I have the right to be here. I can take up space. You know, it comes from a very big place of self-love as well. Like I'm allowed to take up space.
Yes.
It's a very long journey to get there. I'm not there, but I do know that I try to tell myself like, okay, these people, everyone already loves me. They don't even know me. They already love me.
I 100% agree with you on this.
I think that's like a life hack.
works.
That's a life hack.
That's a life hack. Yeah, I swear, because I also were in a situation when I just was an influencer like 5 years ago, when I just did these things and I came into like events with big influencers. I was like very nervous, shy. Can I enter this room, you know? But now I really walk into the room like, I'm that girl.
You are. You
like,
literally
even
are.
Even when I'm nervous or something, like, I'm that girl. I don't care.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like, you can sit with me, but I can also sit with you. Like, it's okay.
It's really, at the end of the day, it's really not that deep.
It's not that deep. Like, seriously.
But it is that deep to me, though.
Yeah.
It actually is that deep, but it's not that deep.
But I also have the feeling like I never think about someone like, whoa, you are that person.
Yeah,
I don't
me neither.
admire people in that way that I'm like, oh, whoa, you're that person.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Same.
we're the same.
We're literally just people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a nice way to end this conversation.
Yeah.
Like, we're literally just people, and like
We're trying our best. We're human. We make mistakes and
make
we get
mistakes.
insecure, but we try our best.
we try our best, be nice to one another. Like, maybe somebody is pretending like I was doing, and like, just be nice to each other. Like,
Yeah.
don't hurt each other. Be good. And thank you for being
Oh
on
my
this
God, thank you so
podcast.
much for having me. I feel
Yeah.
like I talked for hours.
No, I loved talking to you.
Okay, thank
like,
you.
it really felt like I'm with a sister, just with a
We were
sister, just
saying,
like,
I am your sister.
you are my sister.
girl.
I know you are. Like, and I really loved having you here and have this
So
conversation.
much.
And I think you will inspire a lot of people.
Oh my God, thank you. That's literally
Yeah.
the goal.
Yes.
So,
that's-
alhamdulillah, thank you so much.
Thank you.